After 7 weeks of research, I finally reached a decision in regards to Target's international expansion into China. The data I have collected ranges from China's economy to potential ethical issues that may arise. Reflecting on this research is ultimately why I decided that Target should, in fact, expand into China. Now, here is why. Understanding the economic characteristics in China was key in determining if Target would do well in this expansion. Compared to the United States, China is actually doing better economically. China's purchases of crude oil and raw materials play a role in pricing globally. The purchases China makes influences world prices, which show the significance of this country in the global economy. In 2010, Chinese leaders pledged to double China's GDP by 2020 and also developed a 5-year plan that includes annual economic growth targets of at least 6.5% through 2020. This alone will increase Target's chances for success upon entering China. Some other beneficial factors include that they are a member of the World Bank, a member of the International Monetary Fund, a member of the WTO since 2001, that they were the largest trading nation in 2013, and also because of the world's largest economy. Participating in a joint venture will increase the chance for Target's success in China. This is because it is an investment in which 2 or more companies share ownership. The reason I believe that this may do well is because Target will be unfamiliar to those in China. By collaborating with a company that is recognizable, this may ease the transition into this country. This in turn should create the demand needed for customers. Another key factor is avoiding competition. When markets are not large enough for numerous competitors, or when firms need to confront a market leader, they may band together in ways avoiding competition with one another, or combining resources to increase their market presence. Target must consider what products they should source locally and what products they should have imported. Having an understanding of these will be important in their future success in China. Some products that they should source locally will include electrical machinery, furniture, bedding, lighting, signs, clothing, and accessories. Since Target is a home goods store, this will benefit them in the long run. Since China dominates in exporting, not many items will need to be imported. Gold and petroleum are the only 2 products that may need to be. Petroleum will only be needed for those Target stores containing any fuel pumps. China's growth has come largely from a rising labor supply and rapid capital accumulation. While these factors will remain important, in the next decade, China must put greater reliance on productivity growth. This is the ability to get greater output from existing labor and capital stocks. The government has emphasized the need to rebalance growth, focusing on raising domestic consumption and living standards. This effort in the right direction will only benefit Target in the future. Like many emerging market economies, China has long maintained a closely managed exchange rate and a highly regulated financial system. This system includes regulations on international purchases and sales of assets. These are termed capital controls. The Chinese government regulates both domestic purchases of foreign assets and foreign purchases of domestic assets. The purpose of capital controls is to reduce the unpredictability of flows and to skew the flows toward foreign direct investment. Expansion of such controls would have no particular effect on the U.S. economy. This will be a plus for Target. Focusing on China's use of currency controls will be key. These controls set limits on one's ability to move yuan outside of China into an alternate currency such as the dollar. Lowering annual quota currency may be a good solution for China. This will make it more difficult for Chinese companies to acquire offshore assets, which will encourage exporters to trade their dollar into yuan. Target must have a backup plan that is ready to be implemented at any time. That being said, having the proper techniques will protect them from future changes in exchange rates. The first will be to have an understanding of the history of exchange rates. This means Target must conduct their research in terms of China's exchange rate, especially focusing on the past 6 months. Seeing any patterns and trends will prepare Target in terms of possible future changes. Another form of protection is a forward contract. This allows you to buy foreign currency at today's rate, but only paying it later. So you are locking in the exchange rate of today. Forwards can be locked in for up to 2 years. Keeping these forms of protection in mind will help Target if such changes were to occur. Keeping all of the factors I have listed in mind is ultimately how I came to the decision I did. With that said, I think that Target should in fact continue its international expansion into China. They should see great success from this.